weather today for a good practice. Had a really good practice. Liked how we practiced. Liked the intensity. Liked how we finished. A couple things we got to get cleaned up, but love the execution, where we're at mentally. Really pleased with today. I mean, hopefully we'll carry it on to tomorrow and in our situations. I like what happened today. Questions?
How is Nate from a health standpoint?
Nate's going to be out. He's got to have surgery. He actually had part of his pec was torn, so he's going to be season ending.
Is there a chance for a medical red shirt? I'm not.
We'll have to wait and see. Possibly could be, yes.
Look at it
because he didn't play some in the beginning. We're going to make sure we got to just make sure we get him healed up and see what goes on from there.
Tough as he's been a guy who's put his body on the line. Year
Always
in,
does
year
now.
out.
Always does. He's got a heart and soul, and he does a great job. And I hate it for him and hate it for us in general. But we got to move on. We got to get him healthy and see what we do from there.
Everyone was saying, he was working with Nate in the film room and stuff like that. Just off the field,
Nate's everything you want. I mean, whatever you say as a coach, whatever you do, he reinforces those values, his comments, everything he does, man. I mean, he's what's right about being a teammate and helping guys along to get better and everything. I mean, he's a phenomenal human being.
You talked about Erman Lane the other day. How about AJ Westbrook and how is he progressing?
Really good. I liked how he played some really good minutes in that game and stepped in and did a really nice job. Really nice job.
The rest of the game, you said you wanted to get Travis a little bit more involved in the passing game.
We did. I mean, there's some balls that could have went to him in the game. We just chose to go elsewhere with the decisions. But he's playing excellent ball. He'll touch the ball. I mean, it's going to come in decisions. With sometimes we get pressure on certain plays or things like that. But he's playing pretty good football right now. And it's funny. Sometimes you'll get him that direction, or sometimes when you get a ball, it's not. That's when pressure comes or something like that. But he's getting open, doing a good job. We'll get him the ball.
The offense has been really good in third and fourth down and 3 yards or less this year. What's been the key to that success?
Well, I think we got a good plan for it. We've worked extensively hard on it throughout the offseason and this year. And third down, we wanted to convert. That was one of the reasons our number of plays we didn't get to where we wanted to last year. And you convert third downs, you get them. And like I say, we're in time of possession, first downs, and third down conversions. We're extremely high, and that's keeping the ball. It helps our defense. It helps our offense. And our guys are doing a really good job of being physical at the right times, but then at the same time still being skilled, being able to throw the ball and make those little plays, like the boot we hit on 3rd and 2, and maybe made a nice throw and catch at times. So doing a good job there.
Jim, obviously the big runs are impressive for Dalvin, but the ones where it looks like he might get stopped for no gain or a loss, it turns him into 3 or 4.
Well, that's what great backs do. That's what all great players do. I mean, and even the 2-yard runs become 5-yard runs. 5-yard runs become 8-yard runs. That's what the great ones do. When you think you got them and they get that little wiggle and always second step. Man, that just makes you as a coach, you can just move the football in your next play call. And that's what great players do. I mean, that's to me, like you say, that's very observant, because the great players we all get enamored with. But man, as coaches, sometimes some of his best runs have been 3, 4, and 5-yard runs, and that's instinct, but it's also toughness, willing to put your body in there and do that.
Have you ever coached a running back that was able to receive for 100 yards and run for 100 yards?
I think we've done it once or twice. I've had a couple guys do it.
To be able to achieve.
But listen, that guy, yeah, you have to achieve it and done it. Yes, it has happened. But I think that's happened in the past. Don't hold me to it. We've had some guys that really catch it, but he does as good as anybody. There's no doubt.
With Nate, I mean, did you get a chance to talk to him, and how did he?
Oh yeah, I did. He was upset and disappointed, because Nate loves ball, and we said, listen, we got to get you fixed, and we're going to do what's best for you and make the right decisions and everything appropriate. And he was down, but he understood, and we called him in the office and had a nice conversation.
And he's a guy who came in 3 years ago and led the national championship team in interceptions and kind of
made
carved out a place for himself.
He did. I say, Nate's one of them guys that's so instinctive and tough, and when he plays that, that nickel and that dime and those things in those areas, man, he just, his eyes, and just always found a way to the ball. The fumble recoveries he makes, he just always has a knack for making plays, and just a heck of a guy, a heck of a teammate.
How's DeAndre feeling?
Good. He practiced some today. I mean, and everything he did all his stuff, and feel good. Should be ready to roll.
With DeAndre and some of the hits in the pocket, is it just waiting for the receiver and going through the projection?
Well, somehow, but if you go look at it, the worst shots all came as late hits. I mean, the 2 or 3 times he really got rocked is that. I mean, the other times you're going to occasionally throw a ball and get hit and tackle. But I mean, the ones we're all talking about, the one then there was a late hit on the high-low, which they called, and then the one on the hurt his shoulder, which could have been very easily called with too. And I'm not, that's discrepancy. Those balls were out of his hand. He got rid of them, and everything's fine. I mean, you don't think you're going to get hit. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be prepared. But the worst ones all came late.
Just talking about during the season, not just the.
Oh yeah, that's part of ball, man. Sometimes pressure, sometimes the guy ain't. It's all people don't realize. All right, if a receiver gets held up, he gets bumped. All right, you're going to look for it. You're waiting on the receiver, and you see it coming open. Or you got to have all right, do I have enough time to get off, get down to my second read or my third read, or I got to have this play. It's 3rd and 8. I got to learn to stand in there a little bit and then stand there and take a shot, or it's a touchdown throw like he did before the half. at Ole Miss and things. I mean, those are all part of playing and what you're willing to do and how you do it, and also the time of the game and the situation of the game. All that's part of it.
But I mean, for a freshman to be able to stand in the pocket in the last second, but also wait for the play to develop, shows a little bit of advanced IQ, doesn't it?
That's why he's playing starting. No, Vince Mott, but seriously, I mean, that's why he started. That's what people don't understand. It's not about the guys don't have the ability to play. It's do they have the little intangible from being able to stand there and take that toughness, and or are they ready to do that, or are they ready to process all that at one time? You know what I'm saying? And I was joking about that, but that's exactly why he's playing. I mean, because he has that innate ability for a young guy to process that and do it.
Jimbo, the NFL's done a ton of things to protect quarterbacks. Do you feel like college football is doing
I think we need to. We do. We do. And their rules are in place. You just got to reinforce. You just got to enforce them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not complaining that anything was. I mean, but you just got to do it. And those guys are throwing the ball, and everybody said, well, they're all running around. They are. But most of them get hurt when they're really throwing the football. That's when the majority of them get hurt, because that's when you're so exposed. And your body, you're here. There's no way you can sustain it. When you're running, at least you can brace yourself and do things like that. So I think we have to reinforce those rules. I really do.
When he got driven into the ground on one.
See, I agree. I think that's, and with 2 steps. I mean, that's my opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? I think we got to eliminate that.
Did you hear back from the ACC about some of the late hits possibly on?
Yeah, we discussed all those situations. They were good. I mean, Dennis, their head officials guy is wonderful, guys. I mean, he does a great job, and saying if they think they're wrong, they're right, whatever it may be, and discussing the possibilities of everything goes through. He is wonderful to communicate with. Tremendous.
Did you watch the game last night, Monday night game?
I caught the end of it when I got home.
Did you? What are you thinking? Watching Roberto Aguayo, he's never really struggled. How nervous are you?
He did sound a little bit as a senior.
Right.
I mean, his junior year.
Right.
He was in. I mean, I remember him in practice when he was a freshman. He never missed. As a junior, sometimes I say this, and I joked about it. You get bored doing something. Well, there's more I can do. So I want to change this. I want to change that. It's like tweaking a golf swing. A kicker's like tweaking those golf swings. You know what I'm saying? And they get going in a direction. Sometimes they can't ever find out where they were originally. Like I told him, I remember he came out as a sophomore year. Remember I told you in the spring he wasn't kicking very good. I said, and I know it's your style, your swings. Well, this guy said I could get 5 more yards. I said, did any of them guys make 23 or 24 or 25 or 26 or whatever the heck you did? I said, well, no. I said, why are you listening to them? I mean, do it. I mean, won't they listen to you? I mean, but it's natural instinct to think I want to get better. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's doing it. I don't know. But I say kickers sometimes when they get just a little tweaked off, and your rhythm and timing, and I get a little distance here, but I may lose accuracy. So I mean, it's a fine line. I don't know that, but I mean, he did that here, and then he went back and was back to regular Roberto.
How cool was it though to see not only
that
Jameis
was awesome.
lead him down
that
the
was
field,
awesome.
but
And for him to redeem himself and to make that kick, and because I know how hard he works and what he does and how talented he really is. I mean, but sometimes I remember, wasn't there a guy named Jerry Rice who dropped a lot of balls his first year in the league? And they were wondering if it was a bust on the draft pick. Remember, he had all kind of balls dropped, and then all of a sudden those guys relax and they put pressure on themselves. Let's just see what happens.
You ever seen him get rattled or anything, Jimbo?
Who's that?
Roberto, because I mean, 2nd round draft pick.
Yeah,
kicker, a lot of pressure.
Oh, they're all, yeah, no doubt. I mean, not rattled, but you put pressure on yourself. You have self-induced. But you guys don't realize, in my opinion, and you probably know it, but most athletes and competitors put more pressure on themselves than anybody ever does outside, externally. I mean, inside, they know what's going on. They know they want to win. They know they want to do it right, and they press themselves. And sometimes it's new to them. It's a new environment. It's a new atmosphere. I mean, sometimes it takes you a while to get adjusted. I mean, that's what I say about young players here. I mean, that they come in. Sometimes they'll be real good, but then they'll regress a little bit and then come back. I mean, that's all part of the growth process.
It's kind of hard to keep the intensity going into a Wake Forest game.
No. They're 5-1. Our guys, as we practice as intense and as good we have this week as we have all year. I like. We got efficient. We were crisp. I liked how we're making. We're not there. We're making progress.